Children, in the previous class, we had studied about the physical features of India. Let us now take a look at its climate, of India's climate. It is just a general introduction. We have climate of about three or four types: the hot and dry season, the monsoon season, then the winter season, as well as the retreating monsoon season. So India is a very large country where we have a variety of physical features like the mountains, plains, plateaus, and all have a great influence on the climate of India. Mountains, they are protective layers, as well as here the temperature decreases. Plains are very highly populated area because it gets heavy rainfall. Plateaus are not very high, but still it can be livable because of the soil present. So the kind of soil and everything depends on the climate which we have in India. Now, a major role which plays in the climate of India is the Tropic of Cancer. Now, Tropic of Cancer, that is 23.5 degrees north latitude, divides India into nearly two equal parts, that is the northern temperate zone and the southern tropical zone. So, as you know that the area between equator and Tropic of Cancer is known as the torrid or the tropical zone, and the area between 23.5 degrees north to 66.5 degrees above, they are known as the temperate zone. So India lies in both the zones, and hence it is known as the tropical monsoon type of climate. The climate here therefore varies from place to place, and from coast to the interiors they experience different kind of temperature as well as the climate. Now the Indian climate is known as the monsoons. Why it is known as the monsoon? Because the monsoons are very predominant for about 4 months in India and affects the agriculture, the life, occupation of many people of India. It comes from the word mausim, which means change, the change in the season. As we know that in India, there is a seasonal change of the winds in the summer season from southwest to northeast in the winter season, and in between these two directions only all the four kinds of seasons fall: the southwest monsoons, the northeast monsoons, the hot and dry season, the cold and dry seasons. So all these seasons fall within these two directions of the winds. Now there are two important aspects which affects the climate of India. Number one, temperature, and number two, precipitation. When you look at the temperature condition of the whole India, you will find that there is a great difference between the north and south as well as the west and east. So north is having Himalayas over here, mountainous area, and it is also landlocked. There are countries at all sides of India. Therefore, they are far away from the influence of the sea. Therefore, the winter seasons will be severe. The summer seasons also will be severe. That is very hot. And in the Himalayan region, obviously, the temperature is of different degree only. As you go higher up the altitude, it goes on decreasing. It gets colder and colder. Compared to that, in the southern part of India, Tropic of Cancer is here. In southern part of India, you will see that it is narrower than the northern part of India. So it is tapering towards the south. So therefore, the uh, climate also changes in the south. Here it is about 8 degrees 4 minutes north. That is, it is very cold close to the equator. Therefore, the southernmost part is very hot, especially the state of Kerala and the southern part of Tamil Nadu. So these areas are very hot because of the closeness to the equator as well as closeness to the sea. So all the factors we will be doing later one by one. But then when we talk about the temperature, how is temperature different at the same time at different places in India? Now when we talk of Barmer, the temperature is about 40 degrees Celsius to 50 degrees Celsius in the summers, whereas at the same time in Dras, Pelgam, Gulmarg, the temperature is very low, up to about 10 degrees or even low in summer months. In Kargil, it is minus 40 degrees Celsius in the winter season. So at the same time, you will find various kind of temperatures in the same country. Now, if we talk about Kerala and Punjab, Kerala is close to the water body as well as the equator. Hence, Kerala will have a moderate type of climate, but generally it is on a hotter side only because of the closeness to the equator. And Punjab again has extreme types of climate because it is far away from the influence of the sea and it is located in the interior of the land, that is the country, and therefore it has extreme type of climate, meaning very hot summers, very cold winters. Now Kerala, again, if you compare the north and south, at the same time Kerala will be having a moderate type of climate. That means about if we talk about the range of temperature, here the difference between the maximum and the minimum temperature may be only 3 degrees Celsius. But if we talk at the same time of Kargil winter month, it goes to minus 40 degrees Celsius. That is 22 degrees minus 20 degrees, it will come to about 2 degrees. Here it is written 3, but it will be 2. So it is like that only, that the range of temperature is very low. But as we move towards the interior part of the country, now here they become far away from the influence of the sea, and hence the range of temperature becomes 20 degrees Celsius. That means that the day temperature may be 40 degrees Celsius and the night may be 20 degrees Celsius. So 40 minus 20 is equal to 20 degrees Celsius. So this is happening at the same time, not that it is in the summer month, or this is in the winter month, or this is in the winter, or that is in the summer. So at the same time, this has a difference of 3 degrees Celsius only, and interior of the country has 20 degrees Celsius, that is the range of temperature. Now the Thar Desert, at the same time, you will find that the annual range of temperature, or the range of temperature, is 25 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. I hope you understand the word range of temperature. That is the difference between the highest and the lowest temperatures. So in the Thar Desert, when it is the difference in Andaman and Nicobar Islands as well as Kerala is 7 degrees Celsius to 8 degrees Celsius. At the same time, in the Thar Desert, the range of temperature lies between 25 degrees to 30 degrees Celsius. That means the maximum must be 50 degrees Celsius and minimum must be about 20 degrees Celsius. That is why the difference has come up to 30 degrees Celsius. Now we come to the precipitation part. When rainfall, as far as rainfall is concerned, that is also found very different at the same time in different parts of country. The northern part generally receives very heavy rainfall. The coastal areas receive heavy rainfall. Here also the western part of India receives very heavy rainfall, but the eastern part doesn't receive. Only in the winter season some part of it receives rainfall. Here the western side does not receive rainfall, very little rainfall, whereas the eastern part receives very heavy. Cherrapunji and Mausimram are situated here only, which receives the world's highest rainfall. So now here At the same time, whenever the monsoons occur, Mausim Ram, Cherrapunji, they receive rainfall of about 1100 centimeters. At the same time, Jaisalmer, which is situated in Rajasthan, receives only 9 centimeters of rainfall. So this is the large, huge difference, and that is why Rajasthan is a desert also. Now again the same thing, at when this is happening, rainfall is happening over in the northern part of the country. It is happening in the western part of the country also, but the Coromandel coast, you have marked in the map, the Coromandel coast at this time in the summer time does not receive rainfall. That is July and August. It does not receive any rainfall. It receives rainfall but in the winter season. Now, by large, the whole part of India receives rainfall. It may be very heavy in some places, it can be very low at some places. Here also it comes last as far as rainfall is concerned. Jammu and Kashmir is the state which receives the monsoon rainfalls in the last, Kerala being the first. But Tamil Nadu area, it receives rainfall in the winter season. This is the only part which receives rainfall in the winter season because of the northeast monsoons. Another area which receives winter rainfall is Punjab and Haryana, but that is because of the western disturbances. We will do that in detail further in the chapter.